you're ready.
How many of you guys have been on mission trips outside of the country? Anybody? Awesome. Talk to you later. I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about my mission trip to Africa, the poverty of Africa, and what I learned from my time in Africa. Africa is widely known as one of the most poverty-stricken areas in the world and takes up a large portion of the 1040 window, which, according to Sher Singh and Churches Intolerant Mission, 80% of the poorest people in the world live in the 1040 window. And Musyoka Wakiendo says in his article in Africa News that many attempts to get rid of poverty in Africa actually only make things worse, because the government takes the money and instead of giving it to help out the poor, they use it on building government buildings, and which actually don't even end up getting used, and the poor just have more government over them. And many of the kids are orphaned in Africa because their parents get AIDS or other diseases and they die off, and the kids are left with nowhere to stay. So the orphanages are actually running out of space because there's so many orphaned kids and not enough orphanages. I want to show you guys a little bit from my Africa photo album that my mom made. This is where I went. I went to Machao Orphanage. It's Makueni Christian Homes for Assisting Orphans. Kenya, it's in Kenya, Makueni, Kenya. This is where we stayed. This is our high-class hotel. It's really fancy. Comes complete with 2 beds, 2 mosquito nets, a sink, a toilet, and actually there's a faucet right above the toilet. So yes, if you're wondering, you can sit on the toilet and take a shower at the same time. It's really convenient. God provided 2 guitars that I could take and play while I was over there, and just lead some worship, and then leave them there with people as they can pick up a guitar, and all of a sudden somehow make it sound nice. I'm not sure how. They were just really musical. One of the days we went to the local school, and all the kids were out on lunch, so they were running around and they saw us and they were like, "White people!" So they like ran and attacked us, and they were just like high-fiving us and touching us and playing with our hair, and they were amazed at hair, and they wanted to shake our hands and make fun of us, but it was okay, because that's the closest I've ever been to feeling like a rock star. Probably the closest I'll ever be. If you can see these little bowls that they have, they would just take those and stand in line, and the teacher would slop some mush in there, and that was what they had to eat. I don't really have any idea what it was, but I'm going to guess that the rot tastes better than that. That's another story. Every morning we would get up and go help out at the orphanage and try to build things. We were building like washrooms and insulating their houses and just painting stuff and trying to make it look better. And now it's time for me to introduce you to someone that really meant a lot to me while I was there. This was, I just wish I had more time with him so I could get to know him better, but that's a goat named Lunch. They felt it appropriate that we would get up and cut up a goat so that we could eat it with them, and they thought it was honoring us that they would cut up the goat and have special food for us to eat while we were there. That brings me to Words of Encouragement by Joy Renner. It's just a bunch of letters that she wrote me, one for every day that I was there, and it came with a letter of encouragement, and then there would be a verse at the end. And that brings me to what I learned from the time that I was there. Many people come back from mission trips in poverty places, and they say that they realize that there's not enough of anything, and these people are so joyful, even though they don't have the material things that they would like. And again, that's one of the things that I really learned, and it was awesome for me to see that. But I want to talk about something unique to me that I learned. And it comes from 1 John 4:18. It was in one of the letters that Joey wrote me. And it says, "There's no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear." And it just would remind me when I would see a kid on the streets, and God would say, "Go talk to that kid, go play with that kid." And I'd say, we don't even speak the same language. What am I supposed to do? And God would say, "There's no fear in love. Go talk to him." So I would go do it. And then, or I would be about to give my testimony or play guitar in front of people, and I would say, I'm not a speaker. I'm not Johnny Moore. I'm not Jerry Falwell. So he would say, "There's no fear in love. So just go talk to these people." And Africa is a place of extreme poverty, and it could really use all of your help. And just the best way to get involved is either to just go there and just jump in and do what you can, or to give to one of the well-known places to give, like Compassion or something like that. And just remember, there is no fear in love. Thank you.